GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fat Man.
Sleazy?
I'm hot.
Open a window? Turn the heat off? Put a fan on?
Because we're about to lose Ring of Honor. So let's talk about that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
No Ring of Honor!
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, we've got on the show, for the first time in a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't know. Ryan Williams is back with us.
Hi, Al.
Oh, I've missed that.
Well, maybe you should decide to run against Ron. I'd be on a fucking show every week.
Hey.
Listen here. We said this several fucking times before, bitch.
It's Fat Man's fault?
You were watching NXT perfectly fine, but now, since we moved to Mondays, you're like, me, I'm Canadian, me.
It's because...
Notice how I complained that you're running against Ron, not WWE? I mean, like, I used the proper words. I didn't care if I missed NXT. I watch Raw every Monday. Hence why I said, fucking Raw, not WWE. You fat fuck. Step on a Lego.
In other words, Ryan doesn't want to work Mondays.
Yep.
Ryan don't want to work Mondays between 8 and 12 American time.
Fucking America. Okay, so let's get this shit on the road. So today's going to be a little bit different episode. We don't have an actual pay-per-view to talk about.
Well, there was one. There was Bound for Glory.
Fuck that fucking show. No one wanted to listen to that.
Okay, I'll put it this way. Did either one of you watch it?
No, I was in Boston.
I watched the ending to the main event. That was it.
That's because you're a fucking loose fan.
Yeah. And
as long as we agree.
I mean, you're saying things that everyone knew was true.
Okay, here's your Impact. It wasn't a bad little pay-per-view. The moment was cool. There's your Impact review, boys.
Wow. So next on the docket. So obviously we kind of alluded to this in the show, the opening of the show. Ring of Honor is basically shuttering for 3 months. Fat Man, you've got the basic stuff. I actually did read, and I actually pulled some excerpts out of Joe Koff's interview with Mike Johnson of PW Torch, PW Mania, PW something. I'm sorry, Mike.
ROH announced on Wednesday that after December's Final Battle pay-per-view, they'll be going on a hiatus during the first quarter of 2022 so they can, quote, reimagine the company and hopefully return with a fan-focused product in April with the Supercard of Honor event. Hold the phone right there. How can they have a Supercard of Honor event when Supercard of Honor is still
running?
I don't understand this. Anyway, they still have November TV tapings in Baltimore, and the Final Battle will be it until April 2022 as they have booked a venue, as they have a venue booked for WrestleMania 38 weekend in Dallas, presumably for not Supercard of Honor. In an update, it is noted on, and according to...
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
That if the promotion actually returns, the plan will be to essentially be an indie promotion where they book top talents that are available on nights they have major shows and TV tapings. They will leave the promotion open to problems if a champion gets signed to another promotion.
So basically what DCW is doing now.
Pretty much, yeah.
We note before how the weekly ROH TV show will continue to air. There's no truth to the rumors on parent company Sinclair Broadcasting to cancel the TV show, and at some point after November TV tape footage is used, the company will begin using archive footage for the weekly TV show until they return in April.
Why would they want to get rid of it? It's like fucking not free for stuff like that because it's a company, but like
I may have some news on that.
One more
like
note.
the Fight Network in Impact in Canada. Fight Network or Anthem or whoever the fuck, whatever name it is, they'll always run Impact. It was not going to cost them fuck all, and it's
The future ROH reportedly focus on non-contracted indie talent once it returns.
So what they should have done in 2019 and had the Bucks and Cody and Omega in the boys round and had them be the main event, and AEW wouldn't have happened.
I think they were going to AEW no matter what. So why do you think they're doing this?
Finances. It's finally come to pass that they've spent too much money and have not gotten enough of a return.
Well, they just started having fans a couple months ago too, so
yeah, and when you draw 400 people, when you have a shit ton of contracted talent, it's going to hit you. Mm-hmm. It's eventually going to hit you, and it finally, at the end of the day, it did hit.
And they own, and the TV a TV company owns them, so it's not like they're getting any ad revenue.
Right.
I mean, they probably are a little bit, but not too much.
That make it work.
Yeah.
Right. So let's touch on a few things.
Wow. I'm down for the father.
I'm going to grab my notes here. Excuse me. Okay. So the interview with Joe Koff is very eye-opening. There were a lot of things that obviously Fat Man just said. There are things...
Wait. Okay, before we... No, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll touch on it.
Basically, one of the key things... There are multiple key things that came out of the interview. So I'll hit what he said, and then after each one, we'll talk about it. So right off the beginning of the interview, Mike asked him, you know, what brought this up? What went on? So one of the key quotes to this was, if there's going to be laying blame on what happened and why, which there shouldn't be, because we're really celebrating what we achieved, it's probably to me because I always operated on a cautious basis, and perhaps I was a little too cautious in this, but we took the measures beginning to sign those exclusive agreements, making production improvements, and we are bolstering our internal staff and processes. It's really incredible to see what we've done since then. If we had 2020 hindsight, which isn't that fantastic, we would all love that. We probably missed a huge opportunity in 2018, and I give all credit to Tony Khan and AEW. They captured it, and they did it. We all know who they started with, and I'm proud of those guys. We had to move forward with a great roster and a strategy, and our strategy was just to go weekly, and everybody knew that. It was going to be part of that July. I think we're in 2020 now. Now, what he's referring to there is they were planning on starting a studio show. And obviously it got canceled because of the pandemic. But what are your thoughts about them basically? I don't want to say he's
100% right.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely right.
And he's very open about that, and I appreciate that. We fucked up. We didn't give the right people the exclusive contracts that we should have, and Tony Khan swooped in and fucking stole it from us. Right. Essentially, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't think it's even just the contracts. It's the fact that they allowed to happen a whole nother promotion that got way bigger than them almost immediately. And part of that is because they didn't throw enough finances. Part of it was they didn't throw enough money at exclusive talent. I think there's a multitude of different things that happened there that they chose not to do.
Here's another thing. Being on TNT is huge for AEW. Sinclair they thought they didn't need to have that because we have all these stations across the country. We can just throw it on any time slot, whatever we want, throw it on, and we're fine. And we discussed this about a year ago, or maybe even a couple years ago, about how or even a couple of months ago, if they went to one channel, they'll actually lose viewers.
Yeah.
Because all the different markets are on different times. So that doesn't. But again, the exposure you would get on a TNT is way bigger than what you get on Fox Rochester at a Sunday at 3:00 in the afternoon or not Sunday, ABC 3:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday when football's happening. No one's watching it.
Right.
So.
And Joe kind of alludes to that. We were relying on resources we had to create. We didn't have the luxury of point of destination television viewing, which is what we're talking about. But we used our own resources and our own creative abilities to try and deliver that weekly product to the fan. And then obviously COVID hit. So I think you've really hit it there, because at the end of the day, you had to seek to find Ring of Honor. You weren't flipping through the channels for the most part and finding Ring of Honor, because it was always at the same day, same time in every market.
So Ring of Honor used to be on at 11:00 on, well, at least on Fox, 11:00 in the morning.
At our local affiliate.
On Saturday, yes. Mm-hmm. So I would be able to watch that.
What's that?
That's a great time for a wrestling TV show. Saturday
right?
Morning, right after.
Yeah, it was right after ECW.
It was Saturday. Did I say Saturday night? I meant Saturday morning. Because I was at work, I was able to watch the hour show at work. That's how I watched the weeklies. College football started, and their kickoff show starts at 10 a.m.
Right.
They moved it to either like 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
or if there's not a late college football game or playoff baseball game at like 8 p.m. Problem is, every other station has college football.
Right. So it was like...
It was dead no matter where they put it.
Yeah. Now, for Canadian viewers, do you know what they were doing up north, Ryan?
It's weird for me because we got the Fight Network offer. And not only do I get Ring of Honor anyways on the Fight Network, the Game Show Network shows either Ring of Honor and OVW, and I get a couple of the Fox affiliates that, I know, weird, right?
Yeah, Game Show Network?
Game Show Network shows OVW. But I get a couple of Fox affiliates here that the Ring of Honor show will pop up on whatever. So, like, it's there. But I also, with the Fight Network, get the Ring of Honor Classic. So it's all Ring of Honor content, right?
Okay.
Which is what they wanted. And the Fight Network was big for that. Fight Network was Ring of Honor. It was Impact. They were doing New Japan for a while. There's, like, classic championship wrestling from Hollywood. RJ City one. They're on the Fight Network up here, right?
Oh, so like, what's his face's old promotion before he bought NWA?
Yeah,
Corgan.
He got lucky here because the Fight Network, which got to be grouped in with all these people, maybe there as well, just want footage.
Yeah.
So they're just getting footage everywhere.
So that also tells me that they weren't making shit on Honor Club either.
No.
Same way. But think about Impact now. There's a lot more Impact fans, I would say statistically, because Impact's going $5 a month on YouTube, you get everything but our pay-per-views, and a month after you'll get the pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to have Honor Club. Remember, because I got Honor Club essentially for All Out.
Right.
Or All In. And granted, I was able to go backlog and watch some stuff. Some of the servers were down. Some of the shows weren't up there due to technical issues. Super Card of Honor.
Yeah, we joke about that.
No, the one we went to where,
right.
You know, there's no way Jay Briscoe's winning the ROH World title.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you fucking stare at me.
Step on more Legos.
But it wasn't worth the money that I'm paying.
Yeah, because they wanted it all up front, too. It wasn't like $10 a month or $100 a year. You only could do $100 a year.
Yeah, and also that, but also at the same time, their servers were crashed constantly.
Yeah.
So.
It was strange. What's that?
You're muted, Ryan. There you go.
No, I was muted for a reason, because one of the two fucking wives I have is yelling at me. So I muted it so you didn't hear it.
Oh,
but you called me my shit on a podcast. It's not a video podcast, so nobody would see me talking.
Oh, well. I'll hit it later. But yeah, I find it strange that Ring of Honor always was either very late to the party or very early to the party. They were one of the last people to start actual pay-per-views when WWE went to streaming. And then when Honor Club started streaming, pretty much everyone else was just starting the Fight TV, the Powerbomb.tv, IW Wrestling, and all those. Didn't come for a good 2-3 years later. It was strange.
Like when Ring of Honor started, pay-per-view wasn't big enough for that because you had RF Video, and where RF Video lost to ECW, and they kind of picked up a Ring of Honor and that tape trading thing. Ring of Honor realistically was one of the last true good tape trading feds, we'll call it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Anything more from the interview?
A lot more, actually.
So much.
So we kind of talked about the final battle thing. That's happening December 11th. They're going to take the first quarter off. Then they're going to use that first quarter. They said they have amazing archival footage that no one's seen. Our programs will all be original. They'll be all new. We have a couple of surprises we can talk about later on that I think the fans will really like, but we don't know what that is. That's kind of interesting that they're going to basically do best ofs for 3 months. So I don't actually see them not returning.
Yeah, I think they're returning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not going to return, but.
So Mike Johnson asks, let's talk about the people. What does this mean for Ring of Honor staff? And what does this mean for the contracted talents? I know there's some whose deals expire towards the end of the year because that's how Ring of Honor does business. There's some who obviously go on through 2012 or 2022 and beyond. What does this all mean for other people who've worked in the side of the ring and behind the scenes for Ring of Honor? So this is Joe's response to this. Well, one thing, you know this for a fact, we care deeply about the people in our talent, blah, 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 blah. But this is contractual, and this is an individual conversation. I'm not going to comment on it. So now keep in mind that after this interview came out, a bunch of Ring of Honor talent said, yeah, basically we're free agents from now on.
Which is weird because I have some bullet points from that interview, and it says no wrestler has been released from their ROH contract yet. You have that?
I see. While Koff declined to comment, numerous Ring of Honor talent have confirmed that if their deals with the promotion expired at the end of the year, they were informed they would not be renewed, and deals running into 2022 would either now expire in March or April 2022.
Kinda. That's what I got to.
Well, nobody's let go yet, but they're pretty much give free range.
Hi, Michelle.
Go find some.
Everyone said hi.
Hi.
Where's my food?
Nope. You don't get food. Sorry.
That's rude.
Ha.
Yeah, no, okay, so like.
But hold on, Ryan. Let me finish that. Okay, no, there are no Ring of Honor contracts yet. Those who have contracts who December 31st, 2020 will be fully paid through December 21st, 2021. Any wrestlers with contracts running through 2022 will remain under contract through March/April 2022, and then will receive a release after that. Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
So
again, I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
God, motherfucker.
Until they you're getting, if you've got a contract in 2022, you're getting essentially paid through the reboot, and then once they reboot, bye.
Yeah, basically.
That's essentially it.
So it's basically like a marriage. But the husband's like, hey, honey, you can go fuck whoever you want. It's cool. We're getting divorced anyway. I'm not going to be mad at you. You can't legally get married today until we're divorced. But you can go definitely have some hanky-panky. You can kick open the red door.
Yeah.
You know what the shitty part about that is for all these Ring of Honor talent? There's nowhere to fucking go.
Exactly.
Because the market is oversaturated now as it is.
I was
going to disagree with you, but you're absolutely right. Like, they're not going to go anywhere to make a dent. And really, let's go through, if we were going to do this, you want me to finish the interview, or you want to go through the contracts or the people in Ring of Honor and be like, how many of them are actually going to get signed by big name companies? How many of them are just going to go?
I would love to do that. I legitimately want to do that. But let me finish the interview. I'm about halfway. I'm a little over. I'm a little bit halfway through this. It'll be really quick though. So the talent who are under contract during the time period where the Ring of Honor is not running events, they'll be working on TV tapings that are in enclosed environments. So it's going to have a different creative slant, but it's not, they're going to do stuff, but it's not going to be what we normally would think. That's what they're claiming. The big piece of this that I wanted to get out there is that it was announced a couple of weeks ago, and this is Mike Johnson talking, by CBS that the new Glow incarnation would be distributed on Sinclair broadcasting stations starting December 2022. So how does that impact Ring of Honor going forward?
December 2022?
Next year. Not this December, the following December.
Okay.
How does this impact Ring of Honor going forward, given that Ring of Honor is usually the only wrestling on Sinclair group stations? So basically...
You want my take on that?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
They're not big enough to matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
But that's an interesting thing that they would contract with them to get that. And it would be... Now, keep in mind, it's the CBS affiliate Sinclair channels. It's not all of them.
I don't think we have it locally here.
Right. So we would get the CBS affiliate, but our CBS affiliate's not Sinclair.
Sinclair, yes.
Right. So the last piece of this was someone's going to hear all this and assume this is the beginning of Sinclair looking to sell the Ring of Honor tape library and the rights to the company. Can you discuss whether there's any current conversations in regard to that? This is from Joe Koff saying this. No, I wouldn't discuss it. So the answer would be no.
So essentially what he's saying is people reach out to me and I said no. Because he said no, I wouldn't discuss it. So people have reached out to him.
Or he's not willing to discuss whether or not the tape library is for sale because he's said it in such a ambiguous way that you could take it either way.
Okay, so I got more on that. Sinclair Broadcast Group owns the entire Ring of Honor tape wrestling. Told you, Travis, dating back to 2002.
Yep.
Sinclair bought the previous tape library when they purchased Ring of Honor during 2011. As of right now, there have been no discussions about selling the tape library, nor there have been any interest in selling it. Things could change in the future because that was always the plan since Crown Jewel.
Of course.
But Sinclair is keeping the library, quote, for now. There is still a hope that Ring of Honor will resume live shows during April 2022. When pressed on if Ring of Honor was closing, Ring of Honor official insisted the shows would resume in April.
So it's funny because that directly refutes a report that said not only were the tape library from 2022 or 2012 on was for sale, but it had been for over a year.
It has. This is the first I'm hearing about it being on sale.
Exactly. I didn't hear about this at all either. So
and we do this every fucking week.
Yeah.
I'm not. Several GCW talents will be in to assist with the upcoming Ring of Honor tapings in light of the recent Ring of Honor news.
Man. Wow. This is all crazy to me, honestly. Let me finish the interview here and we'll go to the actual roster. Mike Johnson said, having said all that, about Ring of Honor being the shining example of a company that did everything right, but what went wrong here in your mind that Ring of Honor is in this state? Joe Koff says, I think it's the business. The business changed. We saw another big company come in that really is doing what I think we had hoped we could do. I think from a competitive standpoint, at the cost of talent, which is the largest cost without a distribution point of rights fees, makes it just very, very difficult to think of in a business model. We work every day to try and remedy that, but we ran out of time. And once again, that's been the key thing about this entire interview was Joe Koff's basically saying the business failed, not the entertainment company per se failed, but how they ran the business of wrestling. And that's always been kind of the thing. It's easy to run a tiny indie. It's easy to run a massive multi-billion-dollar corporation because you can make mistakes and it's not going to cost you enough to make you go under. It's always the medium companies that are always struggling the worst. I point to, like, for instance, Impact for many years struggled so much, even with the deep pockets of Panda Energy buying them. I talk about ECW. How many times have they, were like always at the edge of failure before finally they did. Ring of Honor is another example of that. Even to a kind of strange example, but like PWG. Although to be fair, Super Dragon's a great example of he didn't want to expand because he knew that
Dragon.
he's a great example of this because at the end of the day, he knew that if he got any bigger, logistical problems like this happen. So, yeah. So at the end of the day, Joe Koff said after he got the question of should we still expect the same rosters? And this is the last thing I wanted to bring up before we actually talk about the rosters, was that he thinks, yeah, I do. I expect storylines to continue, arcs to be closed, but I think it's going to be a really special show at
Final Battle.
At Final Battle. It's going to have a lot of special meaning. It's going to be in a lot. So I think that
He dodged the question.
Exactly. He absolutely dodged the question. Yeah, of course they're going to be there till Final Battle because you're kind of paying them till Final Battle. But the reality is, where does everyone go from here? What does everyone do? I'm sorry you still watch Impact. Well, at least listen to these ads. This is where I pass it over to Fat Man.
Okay, I'm actually on Ring of Honor's website. So these are the wrestlers they have.
Well, it's still up.
Adam,
Hold on.
go ahead.
Say, like, what are the options? Like, when we say a name, we should be like, they're going here or there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever you think.
Yep.
Whatever you think. Are those chicken nuggets?
They're potatoes.
Oh, you fat fuck. Adam
This
Brooks.
guy that's got potatoes is chicken nuggets. He's
look
the
like
best.
Who's the fat fuck now? I'm having something more healthier than chicken nuggets.
Not for a diabetic, you aren't.
Really?
Carb,
How
carbs,
much fucking,
motherfucker.
how much, yeah, okay.
Protein versus carbs. Don't you fucking me.
No, I'm going to you. How much fucking sauce do you put on your fucking chicken nuggets? Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
A lot of sauce. Duh. B-dubs. Adam Brooks. Never heard of him.
Indies.
Doomed to the indies.
Yeah,
Indi-
there's your answer.
Amy Rose.
Doomed to the indies.
Indies.
Angelina Love.
Ooh.
Doomed to the indies.
I could see her going back to Impact with a dabble into Impact.
Yes.
Or, I mean, MLW is being considered a big up-and-comer now, technically, so I'll change from Impact. She's going with her husband to MLW.
Okay.
Who's her husband?
Dave Richards. Or
Oh, now they divorced. They divorced.
Oh, dude. Well, she ain't going to... I'm back to Impact.
Yeah, she's definitely not going to MLW.
This next one's easy. Bandito.
AAA.
CML. Is he from
Mexico.
CMLL? Mexico, whatever.
I thought he was from AAA.
It might be AAA. It might
Going back down south, boys.
Yeah.
That's
Ariba Town. What's that?
Bateman.
I could see him ending up in MLW.
okay.
Beer City Bruiser. Indies.
NWA.
NWA, 100% yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good call. Bruiser. I don't even fucking know how to pronounce this. Melones?
Oh, his tag team partner.
Tag partner, the Bears, like the bouncer
Oh, okay.
tag team.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
it's
So
tag partner,
NWA.
Yeah, they're both going
Brian Johnson.
MLW.
I can see him in AEW.
I'm going to tell you right now, and with all due respect to everybody on the Ring of Honor talent pool, I only see two people going there. And I'll tell you when I get there.
I already know what one of them is going to be. Brody King, NWA.
Yeah.
Dak Draper.
Doomed to the indies.
I'm trying to remember his face now.
Absolutely doomed to the indies.
I can see him in NXT. I don't think he's going there, but he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So
7'2", 24 years old.
He used to be in WWE as well, so.
Yeah. He could go back.
Dalton Castle.
The character deserves to be in AEW, the gimmick. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be a great fit for everything the fuck that's going on over there. I think he's going to get lost again.
I hate to say this, but I agree.
I'm going to be more optimistic for our local boy. I'm going AEW.
Oh, no, the gimmick is perfect for AEW.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. I don't think they'll pick. I shouldn't say that because Pepper's still there, so Pepper would have vouched for him. Maybe. I can hope. But it's either AEW or the Indies.
Danhausen, who broke his tibia and fibia.
Hausen.
It's such a shame for him.
Yeah, right at the wrong time.
Yeah. He was just starting to get somewhere.
Okay, so hold on now, because it's not that he's not going to get somewhere now. He has the perfect time to work on vignettes and that side of the craft to get him absolutely super fucking over now.
I would agree. But the problem with Danhausen, and once again, I say this with all due respect to him and all due respect to what he does in the ring and outside the ring, there's very few promotions that would get him. And that's
so Impact.
I would say, yeah, if anywhere he would go, it would be Impact.
Impact. Okay.
So, because they have that kind of character there, you know, or
this one's interesting. Delirious.
He's staying with the company.
You think so?
100%. Booker.
Doesn't mean they can't get rid of him.
No, they will. They'll keep him.
Yeah, no,
Because,
I like that. He's the booker. It's like Joey's in LA with DCW. That's going to be his home base.
yeah.
And nothing's going to change about Delirious and what he does.
That's one of the bits that I didn't talk about is that they loved how creatively speaking he was such a leader in the locker room.
I actually see New Japan for him, but
He won't be going anywhere.
Dragon Lee.
AAA.
Dutch.
That's Mexican.
Never
Wait.
heard of the guy. Dutch.
Dutch.
That's the guy that's the guy's in with Vincent, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Indies.
He's going wherever Vincent's going.
Yeah. And they're all going. They'll probably go to like MLW.
Think?
Yeah, I think they would. I think they'd show up in MLW.
EC3.
Oh,
Wherever
Jesus.
the fuck he wants.
Not AEW, though.
You don't think not AEW?
I don't think he will. I could see him going back to Impact.
Yeah, I can see that too. Eli Ism. I can see MLW or Indies.
Indies.
Back to the Indies.
We'll be booking him in about 2 months.
Flamido?
Mexico. You didn't have to finish
AAA.
the name. He's going to Mexico.
Flip Gordon.
Oh,
AEW.
AEW.
That's one of the ones.
He's not, but he should.
There is no way Jay Briscoe is going anywhere.
But GCW. They'll take bookings from Ring of Honor. They won't not do that. But GCW's their new home.
So would you count GCW, like, because if Ring of Honor is just going to become what GCW is going to become, there's no reason that they're not going to keep the Briscoes and Ring of Honor just on the attached name to them as a tag team.
That's true.
I'd see the Briscoes staying.
There's a reason why they showed up in GCW. And I'll just leave it at that. They knew this was coming. I guarantee you there are certain talents that had been with the company long enough. These two would be one of them. Jay Lethal would be another that knew the writing was on the wall here.
Jay Lethal's next. AEW.
100%. Those are my two that would go to AEW.
I feel there'd be more people going to AEW.
I was trying to think of another place that Jay Lethal could or would go that would make any sense in the world that wasn't AEW.
Impact. You don't think Impact?
No, the only one that I thought that could have been something would have been New Japan.
New Japan's an interesting one, yeah.
Here's another interesting fact. And you know what? I'm going to say it because no one has said it yet.
Okay.
Jay Lethal's going to WWE.
Do you think he's finally going to make the jump? Because he could.
Okay, so who's in WWE now that would entice Jay Lethal to want to be there?
Bruce Pritchard.
Pritchard loves him. Pritchard absolutely loves him.
Kevin Steen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were close friends for many years.
So yeah,
So
I'm saying WWE. Lethal.
And fucking Woods too, but
Woods would.
Yep.
Woods would definitely vouch for him. Generico would.
yeah.
Sammy would.
Generico, he's in Mexico with the orphans.
Yeah.
I didn't say where Generico would vouch for him for.
Jenny Rose, I've never heard of her.
She's going to be an NXT talent.
You think so?
I think so. She can't work, and she's hot.
It's really not that hot.
Hot enough.
Right now, me and you are going to fight if I have any bad talk about toxic attraction. I don't want to hear none of it. They are
Who?
saints to my television screen eyes.
Dude, I love Kylie Braxton. She's fucking such a cutie. Joe Hendry.
Oh, fuck, I forgot he was there.
He's going back to ICW, which is
Or
sad.
NXT UK.
You're right. Absolutely. NXT UK would be an
NXT UK.
yeah. He's definitely going back to Europe. Where he lands, I don't know. But
Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, New Japan.
you think New Japan?
Can you imagine him in New Japan?
I would love it. I would love the shit out of it. I don't think they would get him. I really don't. You know where I think he'll end up? MLW.
I'm just picturing a Jonathan Gresham, Bryan Danielson match in my head right now.
Yeah, that's boner inducing. But don't forget
Okay.
what's that?
I want to defend the New Japan pick with New Japan does the Strong show in LA, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They only use talent rarely on their big shows, but for the most part, if you still want to represent New Japan, you do. Jonathan Gresham goes to New Japan to do that and still has indie booking space. He'll only go to New Japan, the big show, because you still tell some story on Strong.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's kind of something that we haven't really talked about is that a lot of these talents will probably be on Strong. For fuck's sake, we had who was on Strong recently that was like nobody knew where. Oh, Fat Man. Do you remember Alexander James? We lost Fat Man.
Oh, no.
Sorry, there was a train coming. I muted it. Vaguely remember.
Yeah, he worked for Excite, but he was mainly from Germany, of all places. He was a WXW stalwart. And I'm like, I haven't seen him in years now in the States. 3 months ago, he worked a fucking New Japan Strong show. It's just like out of nowhere. Phenomenal.
Josh Woods.
He's NXT bound.
I agree.
He's big boy, yeah.
He's a big fucker.
That's his benefit now. He can go, and he got high to him. Well, you might as well go to WWE. You might be pushed, right? Like,
You could be in the same spot that Punishment Martinez is in now.
that's he's got a good spot.
Yeah.
Kaon, he was part of, I think,
Shane Taylor
Promotions. Indies.
Indies. Yeah.
Kellyanne?
Indies.
Who?
Kellyanne.
Which is one of the, I was going to say knockouts.
And that's another thing, too. They just reestablished the women's title, and now they're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Kenny King.
So that women's title is just going to be whichever woman they decide that's in the area that they're not going to pay that much. Who's going to be their woman?
Yeah.
Kenny King.
Yeah.
Kenny King.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, the women's division is still going to be a thing. You're just going to have your women's camp wrestling women that are brought in all the time. So it's going to make you.
Yep.
100%. As for Kenny King's going to Impact. Back to Impact.
Love the team go to WWE. Go back with the boys. Just saying.
I don't think so.
I don't even think so. I'm just saying. I would like to say it.
He wants to see CNC Wrestle Factory.
I'd take that too. I'd take that and turn it into the Hurt Business 2.0. I think it'd be fucking awesome.
LSG.
WWE bound all the way to the fucking top.
You're retarded.
Indies.
No, I don't think so. Honestly, in all sincerity, I could easily see him going to Impact or working GCW. Like exclusively. And the reason why I say that is obviously he lives around here, lives in New York. For obvious reasons, he's one of our champions, so I can't, shit on him too much. But in all sincerity, he's gotten great as a singles talent, and I think he would be very useful in pretty much any promotion around here. So seeing him in Impact would be amazing. But in all honesty, I think you'll see him more in like GCW and the areas around here more.
So the Indies.
No.
Mandy Leon.
If you're saying GCW,
if you're calling GCW Indies, then yeah.
I am.
Then Indies then. But
Mandy Leon.
I should probably abstain from people that we work with.
Mandy Leon is going to be Indies as well, but the problem is to get in on the WWE Divas. Sorry, date myself there. To get into the women's division of WWE now, like they got a lot of women that good or bad. They got a lot of them. AEW is full up of two, and Impact is full up of them. Where the fuck are you going?
Right.
There's going to be a lot of retirements.
She has big tits, nice ass. She'll get hired anywhere.
But not as what you think.
Right. No, she ain't going to be a wrestler. Maria Bennett.
I would say both of them.
Yes, they're a package deal.
Oh, AEW.
I don't think so.
No?
I think
AEW.
Here's why I don't... okay.
Go ahead.
Here's why I don't think AEW. I think he's damaged goods. He's burned too many bridges with too many promotions. I think he's doomed to the Indies for that reason alone.
There's a reason why I say AEW, and I'll get to it in a minute. Maria Manic.
Indies.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe's going anywhere Jay Briscoe goes.
Yeah.
I know. I still says they're staying.
Oh, yeah, I think they're, yeah. Mark Haskins.
MLW. Without question.
Matt Taven.
Wherever Bennett ends up, which will be in AEW.
AEW. That's what I'm going to say. Yep, they're going to be together. They're going to... Yep, I agree.
Disagree.
Well, you suck.
I think Taven's going to New Japan.
Then okay, so for you, if you think Taven's going, then you think Bennett's going with him.
Hey, if he can convince New Japan that he's clean and sober, then maybe, yeah. But I highly doubt it. But in the same breath, they've worked before together. There's a reason why, Maria, I shouldn't say Mike, but definitely Maria has worked for Ring of Honor or for New Japan.
When the Buck and Omega turns on Adam Cole, Adam Cole's going to be Frank. All I'm saying is here comes the boss.
Okay, random hot take about that, by the way. I don't think they're turning on Adam Cole. I think they're going to turn on Omega.
Omega?
Yeah.
At full gear?
Yeah. When he drops the title to Paige. Because Omega's going to blame them for seeing
I don't think they're going to do
Adam Cole
that.
as the new leader, de facto leader.
I don't think they're going to do that. You're building up Paige for so... Again, it's the building up Paige for so long. You can have him win it clean, but he should have that moment.
He will. They're not going to turn him that night.
Oh, okay.
But it's the beginning of the end. Okay. I would give it a couple weeks, but yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Just so that, okay. Max the Impaler.
Indies.
Mike Bennett, we talked about. Miranda Alizé.
Indies. Oh, you know what? We fucked up here. Where do you think a bunch of them are going to go? Glow. Bunch of the women wrestlers are going to go to Glow.
It's possible.
They're an
Miranda
empty
Alizé.
fucking, like, the Allison Kays, the Maria Manic would be one. Mandy Leon would be one.
So women's indie.
Yeah, but they have a TV deal. I mean...
Okay.
They have a TV deal? Kinda. In certain... So, women indies.
Yeah,
Windies. It's the Windies.
I really do like Miranda Alizé, though. She is really good.
I'm not saying she isn't. I just don't see. I don't see her fitting into any roster right now.
Not Glow. Moses.
Indies.
This will be our first retirement. PCO.
I don't think so. He'll be doomed to the Indies, doing one-offs, and that's it. Maybe he'll do a New Japan short run, but that's it.
PJ Black.
Oh, fuck, Indy.
No, I would say New Japan. Yeah, his style would work well with the
he's worked
juniors.
He's worked in New Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, he's perfect like for the Super J Cup or not the Super J Cup, the
Super Junior.
The Super Juniors.
Ray Hornus, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rhett Titus.
Retire.
No.
100%.
Nope.
NWA.
Yep.
He'll fly around the Indies and retire, I think.
Nope. Roxy. Glow.
Yeah. Windy.
Ryan's favorite, Rush.
I'll be interested. You think it's just Mexico? I don't think so. I don't think it's just Mexico.
Just Mexico?
I don't think it's just Mexico.
Oh.
I think he's doing New Japan as well.
I can see that.
Session Moth Martina. Indies.
Glow. 100% Glow.
Shane Taylor.
Hot take. I don't see anything good with him.
Impact.
It's probably going to be Impact, but I don't like his in-ring stuff.
He's grown.
Is Shane Taylor and his stable, are they from Ring of Honor area?
I'm not sure.
I actually don't know.
Like, if they're close, like a close enough tribe to justify that being your home promotion, like the Briscoes, guess what I'm telling you? They're him and the boys are staying.
Wow, he's my age. Holy shit. He lives in Cleveland. So it's up here. So AIW, you know what? It'll probably be like the upper indies around here, like the Chicago. That it could be Impact too. I'm not 100% sure they'll sign him though.
This next one's very interesting. Silas Young.
Retire.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think MLW. Or not MLW, NWA.
I can see him in NWA.
NWA would be a good fit. I will succeed to that.
Slacks, never heard of him. Indies.
Yeah.
Sumi Sakai, Shimmer.
She'll go back to Ice Ribbon.
Or wherever the fuck she's from. Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams.
You know,
Indies, NWA.
if I were going to take a chance on somebody, it would be him in AEW. And the reason why I say that is Daniel Garcia is in AEW. And they're very similar. They're close friends.
Okay. Trish Adora, Glow. Vincent, Indies. We said that kind of.
Yeah.
Will Ferrara.
Will Ferrara.
Indies.
Yeah.
Last but not least, the world famous Cheeseburger. Now he's world famous CB. He changed his gimmick. He heel now.
Lucha Underground.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
What, you don't like Lucha Underground as an option? He's gonna be on the Indies. Him and Brutal Bob are close.
I hate you so much.
So you'll see him all floating all around. That was an interesting list. I don't know, man.
We'll see.
I mean, when we say the Ring of Honor, when we say the roster out loud like that, you're just like, oh yeah, that was the roster, right? Oh well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Far cry for what it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
At first when I read the Joe Koff interview, I was like, nah, you're just, throwing blame on AEW just cause. No, he's absolutely right. He got raided. He got raided to a point where he really couldn't do much of anything. He signed the wrong people.
Well, also imagine this too. Imagine he signed those guys. Those guys are going to want a lot of money. And if they're going through financial problems now, would you think that those guys...
Well, he's basically admitting that he's kind of the wrong people in terms of the viewers, the money they make.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. I understand
The
like, those are draws for them. Yes, I get that. But
Oh my God, are you saying that the Young Bucks?
Young Bucks aren't a draw, yo.
No, stop it, no.
No, they're not a draw, boy.
Snap.
okay, let's continue with more news and rumors here. Gabe Stevens going to Raw. I have a note on it. WWE agreed to sign him while he stays in college. WWE will set up a training facility for Stevens in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in order for him to train in addition to him training at the Performance Center, with the idea of him starting full-time on TV in May.
So that's Gable's brother?
What? No.
No, his brother's already there.
What the fuck?
Yes, his brother is already there.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm so confused.
I've forgotten. Well, they signed both.
Stevenson has a brother that's already signed with the WWE.
Right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Chad Gable. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
Oh, no.
The fuck?
Sleazy.
Oh, God.
According to
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
the situation between Charlotte and Becky is definitely not a work, bro.
Go fucking. This fucking bullshit. Every fucking week it's going to be like this now.
Also noted that there's been unhappiness for a long time between Becky and many of the female WWE stars. Some of the issues were described as little things, but there was also said to be issues with match structure. Meltzer wrote the following.
No, you need to preface this. Meltzer lied and suppositioned about the following.
One of the complaints is that Flair wants to be a heel, is a heel, but does babyface move during... Okay, that's fucking bullshit. Heels, Seth Rollins is a heel and he does babyface moves. But business has changed. Fuck off. As for Flair's future goals, Meltzer reports that she has more than a year left on her contract that guarantees her 7 figures annually. Charlotte was scheduled to make appearances, but were pulled from the events this past week.
It's funny because I care more about what Ryan's doing on mute than I care about Charlotte Flair.
His eyes back upstairs. Shut up, no.
No, I'd rather hear that. Please. Pretty please. It's a work, bro. What the fuck is this shit? Remember
you heard it from the actual 100% always right source, Dave Meltzer. I can't even get it out without you fucking laughing.
Like, what the fuck? We talked about...
You know some of the shit I do just to fucking piss you off, right?
Yes, of course. This is one of them. I wanted to say something else, too, that we didn't actually cover in the last episode, which was, remember how we got on the side thing about Sonya Deville speaking up and, you know, you being the asshole that you would be about it. But we didn't actually talk about the fact that she apparently did this in front of Vince at the same time that Becky and Charlotte were fighting, because supposedly all that happened in Gorilla.
Yeah, and?
But Charlotte was walked out after the altercation with Becky. The timeline doesn't make sense.
So if she walked out, it's a work still, bro? It's still work, bro?
It's all bullshit.
We're gonna work the internet fans, Vince Russo?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay, bro?
Yes, bro.
I know he's your new best friend, bro.
He is my new best. He follows me on Twitter, you fuck.
I know he's your new best friend, bro. But now everything's work, bro. Okay?
I talk to his favorite stooge, Ben Hameen, all the time.
Okay, so I know you're lying. It ain't a work now. It's definitely real. It didn't have means involved somehow. It's
fucking hacker.
Not a work.
Fucking hacker.
Okay. AEW Impact's relationship is reportedly over.
No shit, Sherlock. Impact got so much out of that, brah. Couldn't even drop it to one of your guys.
Bound for Glory saw AEW star Christian Cage.
Wow, you fucked up.
Cage dropped the Impact World title to Josh Alexander, who immediately lost the strap to Moose.
iPhone.
Thank you. Who was cashing in his call for a shot gauntlet opportunity. There will be no rematch for Cage, and there's no talk of anyone in AEW challenging Moose. A source in Impact notes that, according to
Fuck Dave Meltzer,
that the original report may not be 100% correct, as Christian dropped the world title at Bound for Glory was the end of the story that began last December. What story? AEW shitting all over fucking Impact?
basically, yeah.
This was said to be the plans since...
It's Crown Jewel!
Thank you.
God damn it!
Since the spring. It was noted that the door is open for the two companies to do... Why am I reading that? I didn't even read... See, this is where I should read the whole article.
You talk about me not being prepared. You just open up headlines. Fucking clickbaiting over there.
I only read like half the article. Now it's all like, yeah, they're definitely not working together too. Well, the door's open.
What the fuck is this shit?
Fucking asshole.
It's Meltzer hedging. It's always Meltzer hedging.
Okay.
You gotta get that $11.99, brah.
The backstage news on the reported pay-per-view dates about last show.
Yeah.
WWE's 2022 pay-per-view press release notes that there are events in February and October announced for the future. Is also noted Saturday, September 3rd or Sunday, September 4th as a pay-per-view at a location to be determined. Now, Fightful Select reports that the February and October dates are the Saudi shows. It is also reported that WWE has plans to announce a UK pay-per-view for the September date.
The September date makes sense because it doesn't matter which day they do it. It won't interfere with All Out.
At the time that, yep.
Yeah.
A WWE pay-per-view in the UK has been rumored for a few years now. It is reported that there was talks of hosting the 2022 SummerSlam at Principality Stadium in Wales.
Wales?
But I never heard of that. But it was also said that the holding a December pay-per-view at a stadium outside of Wales. Now it looks like they settled on the September date.
Holy shit.
Regarding the announcement, multiple wrestlers in the company feel that this is a positive move. The two-night WrestleMania event has been a particularly popular move as it eases the schedule for media and the weekend itself.
Yeah.
The move to do more Saturday pay-per-view events is also seen as a positive thing amongst the locker room, especially among the SmackDown roster. Ryan, did you see that they announced a shit ton of Saturday pay-per-view shows?
I'm very stoked, actually.
I mean, I work all day Saturday, so now I get Sundays off now. It's like, let's do Saturday pay-per-views.
I do want to point out this. I can drive Friday, see the pay-per-view Saturday, and go home Sunday without missing a single day.
Depending on where the pay-per-view is.
That's kind of my point, but...
While the one pay-per-view in Providence is on a Sunday.
Yeah, but my point is that for the most part, if you are for sure going to that pay-per-view, unless you live less than an hour away, you're taking a day off if you work Monday through Friday during the day, which most people do.
So what you're saying is I just gotta fly to your house on a Friday.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's only 20 hours.
A drive. No, it's more than that.
No, I checked it. It's 20 hours, including the ferry
30
ride.
hours. I thought it was 30 hours.
No, it's 20 hours with you have to it depends on when you catch the ferry.
You're a ferry.
Really? We're going to go down this road now?
I went there. Cancel culture. Cancel me, bitches. So we are going to the pay-per-view in Providence, Ryan, on Sunday, May 8th.
The wrestling show with Sleazy and nobody.
I'm there. I'm going.
No, I'm just saying after you got canceled.
Oh. So, yeah.
When is that?
Sunday, May 8th.
Isn't that near the weekend of some random Boston game, too?
They'll be home on May 8th.
I thought it was the 7th.
They'll be home on the 7th.
So...
I'm going.
Okay, cool.
Guess what I did is I actually drove in Boston this weekend.
Good.
I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, see? All of a sudden now I'm the designated driver, as I usually am.
All the stupid one-way streets.
Yep. You're welcome.
It's like we went to go park under, this is way off topic, we went to go park under Boston Common, and because it was actually pretty cheap, and and like the way to get into it was literally to our left, but we had to go all the way around to fucking get.
Yup. So you know what you do? You go the wrong way, and you just hope you don't hit anybody. Done. No cop's gonna see you.
Sleazy.
Yes.
The shortest trip to St. John's, Newfoundland,
Yes.
is 35-hour drive.
How is it 35 hours? It's not even
Dumb
close to that.
Fuck you, you dumb fuck. Fuck you,
Ferry.
dumb fuck. Fuck
It's
you.
got to be that fucking ferry.
This route has tolls. This route includes a ferry.
Yeah.
This route crosses a border. Verify COVID-19 restrictions before going. This destination is in a different time zone. Yeah, fuck off time zone. Do. Now Sleazy has to prove that I'm right. We did that. So remember how we talked about those free agents during the draft that no one got drafted? Well, apparently they got assigned a brand. So Becky Lynch, I'm way off. Bailey and Lacey Evans were not assigned because Bailey's injured and Lacey Evans gave birth. Eva Marie's doing a movie, so she was not assigned. Raw got Lucha House Party, Elias, and Asuka.
Okay.
SmackDown reportedly got Brock Lesnar.
Who's been fined and other shit?
And NXT got Dakota Kai, which was weird because, she wasn't even on my list, but okay.
Whatever.
Oh, yep, proved I'm right. Okay, hear the whatever. Petey Williams tried out as a producer for WWE at the SmackDown tapings.
Meh.
It's an 8.5 hour ferry ride. It's not that long.
I'm telling you what Google told me, bro.
Okay,
Google's
whatever.
never wrong.
Whatever.
Google's never wrong, except when I'm putting walking in Boston and it didn't know where I was. We'll get to that off air. Jimmy Wang Yang was hired as a producer for WWE.
Well, he's your boy.
Oh, he is.
I'm Jimmy Wang Yang, and I'm your boy.
The reason why Jim Duggan has surgery is because he had prostate cancer.
Yeah. That
Jim
better
Ross
not be
is
the
open.
last one.
Nope. Jim Ross is opening up a cannabis farm with his daughter. Ryan's like, oh, I'm going to Oklahoma.
I want to visit places like that.
So what is he calling it? Sooner Smoker?
I don't fucking know. It didn't have a name. WWE 200
What the fuck? Fuck you guys. That was good. I don't give a fuck.
We no-sold the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Fuck off. WWE to hire shorter referees because they want to make the wrestlers look taller.
Travis, new job for you. There's a new job for you at WWE.
Ring announcer Greg Hamilton departs WWE.
Unceremoniously fired is more like it.
Apparently, he took to social media saying they mutually departed ways, but
Bullshit.
I read up on it.
Bullshit.
It's because he got into like a Twitter argument with somebody.
Yeah, and
I don't even
claimed
know the person.
he claimed that he was going to sick WWE's lawyers on them.
Oh, you don't do that.
It's like, you fucking idiot.
Two more. Vince McMahon flew back to Saudi Arabia after Crown Jewel to talk with the Saudi prince about business.
The 2 missing dates in the pay-per-view schedule next year are Crown Jewel dates.
Probably. And Sleazy, I saved this
Blood dicks.
last one for you.
Oh,
I saved
Jesus.
this last one for you. No, it's happy news.
Okay, good.
It's finally happened.
Okay.
Somebody was stupid enough to work out Mike Bailey's visa issues. And that company is
Ring of Honor.
Impact Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The Canadian Impact Wrestling?
Mike Bailey, well, it doesn't matter. It worked in Nashville. So it don't matter where they're based out of.
Yeah.
It's
Bill's got to work in the U.S. No, it doesn't. He still has to work in the U.S. He still needs a U.S. work.
of the company then.
Yeah. He can still go to the fucking... I mean, whatever. At this point.
He's flying on behalf of the company then.
Yeah.
Because he works for the company.
It don't matter. You still need a work visa to work in the U.S. Doesn't matter which company you work for.
Wouldn't it work?
If you're a Canadian and you work for a Canadian company that does base in the U.S., you still need a U.S. work visa.
You know, I don't know if that's the case.
For work usage is what I'm asking.
Let me take a look.
Because if that's the case, that would make all the sense in the world. That'd be a way
I would
around.
still assume that you would have to have a work visa, even if your company's based in Canada.
Well, it depends on how they're getting paid too. Because if they're working,
because you still have to pay the well, there is no state tax in DC.
Right.
But if you still say worked in New York where there's state tax, you still got to file taxes in New York, which means you still need a work visa to work here.
So funny story about that. That only works because we're American citizens. If I go to Canada and work, I owe Canadian federal taxes, but unlike most other places, I also owe U.S. taxes.
Yes.
You say that like that's common. It's not. In fact, we are one of only 3 countries
because that doesn't surprise me. It's the U.S.
Yeah, it is the U.S., but that's kind of the point I was trying to make there. So
we're like the only country that has privatized healthcare.
Yeah.
How does this shock you?
Yeah, that's true. There would be. He wouldn't have a normal. Let me see. Maybe he would be under specialty applications.
Yeah.
I mean, there's multiple different ways that could fall under that.
I forgot to do the paper toss.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, that's the secret part of the show was done.
In theory, you could bring him in as a temporary B1 business visitor.
Yeah.
But
what if he already had visa issues? That's
the thing is that it's all going to come down to what USCIS says. So, but I think they would have a better chance of getting him in here than a company that was based in the US. Was my entire point out of all this. But that kind of got lost in the shuffle. Anything else? That was it, I assume?
I did the paper toss.
I'm sorry. I was looking at fucking visa shit, okay? Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.
Ryan.
What
is your twatter?
Ryan Buck 85.
Okay. He's giving me the...
That we're doing? Right here?
No, that's just for the 2 E's. It doesn't matter. That's all.
We're doing this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck the wolf pack? Yeah, okay. Well, that would...
And I couldn't do this about 3 months ago. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, cool. I'm at TWS Sleazy.
TWS Fat Man.
And the show is at Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us and all the other Gear Radio Network personalities on GearNetwork.com. You can find our show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on wherever you get your favorite podcasts from. Whether that's
apparently we are too hot for Facebook.
Yeah, so about that. When John went back and shared it again, he didn't get hit. So I don't know what the fuck happened.
It was the Gear page. I was sharing the Spotify link.
Oh, then
I'm wondering, but I've shared the Spotify link before.
There must have been at the end of the Spotify link. Yeah.
Goddamn Meta.
Fuck Meta. And that's the end of us on Facebook. No. You can find us on Facebook, though, at facebook.com/Sleazy and the Fat Man. You still can't find us on TikTok, but we're getting there. I'll get us there eventually. We're going to be TikTokers very soon. Very soon. Yeah. But that's pretty much it for the show. So for Sleazy,
for the Fat Man,
this is the Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm a well-gone sad.
preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.